Hey everybody, I am Thomas and this is Writtance, where we write whole worlds. Here's a fantasy short story about a couple attending a Valish traditional event in which the people get up before sunrise to watch the sun be lit anew. Sit back, relax, and enjoy the tale of Cinder's Renewal. Come on, let's go! Her voice was so energetic, bordering on hyperactive, that it immediately gave me a headache. Why do morning people exist? I thought to myself, or apparently said out loud, as her eyes squinted in frustration. You can sleep in literally any other day of the year, but I will have you come with me to Cinder's Renewal, she said as she tugged on my sleeve, forcing me into the washing room. Now, go get ready, she shouted as she slammed the door shut behind me, giving me some privacy. I glanced around the room. The tub was filled with warm water, and she even laid out my clothes for me. Great. Child treatment, I said begrudgingly as I washed up. To my frustration, the water did feel nice and managed to wake me up. I'd die before I'd let her know that, though. I put on the set of fine clothes she picked for me. At least she remembered I hate dresses, or I'd have to teach her a lesson. Using the brush, I combed my shoulder-length hair backwards. I'll have to ask her to cut it soon. Are you almost done? I pushed the door open before she could finish. Her surprise quickly turned to excitement as she saw me. You look so cool! Not knowing how to respond to that, I looked away and said, Thanks. Shall we go then? Yes, she said excitedly as she almost pulled me out of the door into the bustling streets. As the year drew to a close, the city of Levatum grew louder by the minute. People from all over the continent head over to pay their respects to the god Cinder, Lord of Ash, Father of Fire. His greatest creation is the sun that lights the days and warms the land. Over the course of the year, it weakens, leaving the land darker and colder, at least until the day of renewal, which is today. When the sun reaches the zenith of Levatum, Cinder himself renews the sun, setting it ablaze. This sends out a pulse of heat that instantly melts the snow and brings our world back into dawn. Let's go get a crown, she said as she was hopping up and down in excitement. All right, I get it. Let's go, I said, somehow even more tired than when I woke up. Seeing her run ahead, however, I couldn't help but smile slightly. She's like a kid, I swear, grumble as I run after her. 2 please, she told the community worker, who happily handed her 2 strips of cloth with a candle attached to them. Thank you, she said as she turned around and ran back to me. She smiled mischievously as she held them behind her back. Turn around. Oh, come on, no. I tried to protest, but she walked around me, and I gave up. Fine. With a happy expression, she tied the headband around my forehead, angling the candle right between my eyes. She then quickly put her own on. Okay, we made it. Do you want to watch from the plaza or the hill? I really don't care. The hill is more quiet, but such a long walk. I sighed, instantly regretting giving her something to work with. Before I could fix my mistake, she spoke up. Hill it is. She began jogging out of town without warning. I facepalmed to hide my laugh and quickly ran after her. After about 20 minutes of jogging, which fully woke me up, we arrived at the top of the tallest hill, directly outside the city. Countless fields stretched out to the horizon behind us, but we focused our attention on the city below. Don't forget your wick, I reminded her. Oh, right, she said, pulling the specially treated wick loose from the candle, which seemed to spark in the dark morning. We looked up at the weakly burning sun, giving it our gratitude as more people joined us on the hill. The crowd grew denser as the cycle came to an end, but nobody spoke, respecting the hour of darkness, as we've come to call it. The sun flickered dangerously as it approached the zenith, but we knew it would last, as it always has. The bell of the city chimed once again to signal the minute of blindness, and we all closed our eyes in respect. I put my arm around her shoulders to make sure she did not get lost, and waited. A scorching wave of heat brushed past, enough to kill a person, but it did not hurt. The candles we all carried immediately lit a flame, as the cinder's warmth comforted us. We all opened our eyes and averted our gaze from the revitalized sun. One by one, people began to cheer until the entire city rang with a deafening cacophony of excited celebration. I put my mouth up right next to her ear and said, "I'm glad we went to the hill." She laughed heartily and said, "Thank you for another great year." I shook my head, unable to stop my grin. "Yeah, you too." And that's it. I like to think that the best partner a person can have is someone who is like the opposite of you in the same way, if that makes any sense. So you kind of balance each other out, and these two definitely have that going on. Like the video and subscribe for more stories, fantasy, world building, and other such whatchamacallits. I've got some links below if you want even more stories or a community to discuss fantasy in. Thank you very much for watching, and I wish you a fantastic day. Remember, our world is always open for you. Take care and see you next time. Bye bye.